morning. Thank you all for coming this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I'd like to welcome you to GDMX as we dedicate our Broadcast Operations Center to our friend and former General Manager, Paul Saccone. It's really great to see so many familiar faces out here in the audience. We have GDMX and Warner Brothers colleagues, both past and present, here today, as well as representatives from several other companies that we've partnered with and collaborated with over the years. And while Paul was not able to join us here today, I know he thanks you all as well for attending. We are recording this event, and we will be sharing it with Paul, and also plan to share it with a wider audience online, and we will be sending out the link to everybody who attended here today so that you all can view it. After this dedication ceremony, we will be moving from this room over to the actual broadcast center, where we're going to affix the dedication marker onto the wall. It'll be right outside the broadcast master control room. And we invite you all to join us for that. And as well, for folks who haven't been in GDMX for maybe many years and haven't had a chance to see our broadcast operations center, we're happy to give you a tour of the operation at that time and really experience the vision that Paul had for the facility. So I'm delighted to be joined today by Darcy Antonellis. Darcy is the former Chief Technical Officer for Warner Brothers Entertainment and the former President of Warner Brothers Technical Operations, and is currently the CEO of Ubiquity. And Darcy will be performing the dedication. Darcy?
So, good morning, everyone. I think the first thing that we want to do, because we know Paul will be watching this, is to give a big shout out to Paul. So, good morning, Paul. Outstanding. We're here today, and we've come together to celebrate an incredibly special human being, our colleague, and more importantly, our friend, Paul Saccone. I've had the privilege of knowing Paul for 32 years. Yep, 32. I was an engineering intern when he was a supervisor at the CBS construction shop. I dutifully, as a young engineer, bring my drawings down to the shop, which was designed to build whatever the engineers designed. And Paul would look at me, he'd take my drawings and he'd say, "Thanks, kid. We'll look at them, but we'll actually build what'll work." Thanks, Paul. A man generally of few words. He's always been a guy about planning, execution, and excellence in his craft, from working as a technician to a union representative to news conventions to Olympics at CBS to the WB Network, Warner TV, and Warner Home Entertainment work through GDMX at WB. He's a guy about good teams, camaraderie, dedication, wearing his heart on his sleeve, and not being afraid to say what's on his mind. And I know you all know that. During his career, he touched many people in so many ways, and almost always by trying to help them. He made us all laugh and also push ourselves to be better executives, but really better people. He's a guy that always knew how to introduce humor into the less than great situations. I'm going to tell you a little story. Some years ago, we were working together on a project that candidly, potentially had material implications on GDMX and our overall operations. And he was tasked with working with a handful of young, just out of school MBAs from the business development group. And I know Nancy Lark's going to laugh about this one. Over the weeks of work and some frustrations, he calmly pronounced that he was tired of working with MBAs, or said another way, much bigger assholes. That's our man. He's a guy that calls it as he sees it and respected everyone within the organization. The studio leadership, his peers, and his team. A devout family man with a wonderful wife, Joanne, who shares the same sense of humor and love of life, and 2 great kids, Paul Jr. and Tara, who espouse their dad and mom's ideals. So what do you give a man, a gentleman, and a gentleman, who dedicated his career to WB and our industry and touched and taught so many of us? You give him a gift that will always stand for what's good in people, as family, as colleagues, and as friends. Today we dedicate and rename the facility that Paul Saccone placed so much of himself as a means to support Warner Bros., its businesses, and most of all of you, its terrific employees. Please join us in celebrating the official renaming of the GDMX Broadcast Center to the Paul Saccone Broadcast Center.
Well, thank you all for coming today. At this point, we're going to kind of break up the room, and we're going to walk over to the master control room, and we're going to affix. We'd like to, it'll be a big posse, but we'll go on over. And then folks who want to see the broadcast center, we're happy to show that to you. So thank you all again for coming. Hey guys, let's do it. Do it, Kevin.
Nice.
No pressure. Straight.
We have a level.
We'll make sure.